Alright guys, it's time to Nefis and chill, and in this video I'm going to go on a bit of a rant, because the last time I went on a rant was way too long ago and I gotta vent what needs to be said, some truth. Also, the last time I went on a rant was about literally the worst set in the game, which was, or kinda is still, Adept Rider, and that got updated sometime after that video from dog shit to trash can status. So maybe, just maybe, for the worst class in ESO right now, it too can also go from dog shit to trash can status at the very least. For those of you who watch my streams, you probably know what's coming because I bring this class up every time someone asks what the best classes are for ESO. For those of you wondering what the best classes are for ESO, that is a very vague general premise that you'll need to be more specific on as to what area you want to specialize in. But anyway, I'm going to be talking about the worst class no one in my opinion should or wants to play until it's updated or fixed, and that's Stamina Dragonknight. This may come as a shock to many, especially considering thousands of you apparently would not delete the Dragonknight class over any other class, but two things. First, fuck you. And second, I am not referring to the Dragonknight as a whole class. I specifically am referring to Stamina Dragonknights. Not Magicka Dragonknights, not a Dragonknight tank, and not a Dragonknight healer, you weirdo, but stamina-based Dragonknights, either in PvE or PvP, from an endgame perspective. Also, I love, or at least used to love, Stamina Dragonknight. I grinded the majority of Grand Overlord on it. I used to PvE DPS with all the way from Maelstrom Dual Wield in 2015 all the way to Molten Armaments Heavy Attacking in 2017. But the class completely fell off the edge of the world since then, and even the people who like Stamina Dragonknights, including myself, other content creators, and many players, don't even really look at it anymore as an option for PvE or PvP. If you want to tank PvE content in the Elder Scrolls Online, then yes, Dragonknights are quite easy to handle and are quite superb and very much desired even in endgame trial teams. Magicka Dragonknights are required even in endgame to an extent because of their compatibility with Zen's Redress, which gives significant damage gains. Dragonknight healers, you do you. Let's look at Stamina Dragonknights in PvE. There's really two big reasons why Stamina Dragonknights are not good, or even wanted, by groups. First reason, and if you want to solo things, that's fine, but when it comes to dungeons, trials, or whatever, everything a Stamina Dragonknight can do, a Dragonknight tank can do. Anytime someone brings up the fact that Stamina Dragonknights are capable of providing stagger with Stone Giant, I immediately ignore them. They are on some straight up crack cocaine copium, man. I don't know if these people are high on moon sugar, but a Dragonknight tank can keep up stagger. A Dragonknight tank can keep up engulfing flames. A Dragonknight tank can give minor brutality to the group. A Dragonknight tank can also apply AoE Major Breach. If you look at this from Wondernuts, an ESOU professor, a Dragonknight tank can not only keep up almost 100% uptime on stagger on the main boss, but also pretty high uptime on the side mini boss at the same time. So if you ever think, hey, Stam DKs can do stagger more reliably than the DK tanks, you're that person in the group fucking projects back in college that never probably did shit. But Dragonknight tanking isn't the only thing that prevents PvE Stamina Dragonknights from climbing out of the dumpster pile. It's also their so-called class identity skill, Stone Giant, which is the second big reason why Stam DK might as well not even exist. For those of you who don't know, Stone Giant was the spammable introduced as part of various class changes in the Dragonhold patch back in 2019, 2 years ago now. Initially, the skill had no cast time. The stagger value was a bit lower than currently, and just like Craigslist dating, it was a huge disappointment in every department imaginable. Absolutely an overwhelming majority of people who tested it didn't like the feel of it, they didn't like the look of it. Everyone called it Poop Fist or Poop Rock, and while the intent was very much appreciated in trying to bring Stam DKs back to be more helpful for group compositions due to the stagger debuff granted by Stone Giant, even the widely suggested Poison Whip idea would have been way better in some way, some form, I don't care, because DK tanks could easily run Stone Giant. It wasn't long after Dragonhold that we got a rework to Stone Giant. With the second rework, it got a higher stagger value, but also this really annoying cast time that has you drop block to cast it with a change to the Helping Hands passive that gives you back stamina every time you cast an Earth and Heart ability, which now no longer applies to casting Stone Giant, so you don't get stam back from it. All this to, of course, prevent Dragonknight tanks from running it. Of course, this didn't work. So, we've been stuck with a subpar, clunky skill, no sane Stam DK. No sane Stam DK would use for PvE, because in many cases, dropping Stone Giant is actually DPS gain for yourself. And for PvP, no sane PvP. I haven't seen even the most off-meta lie attack spamming motherfuckers don't use it. I've never seen anyone use it. others than I have really tried to make this skill work in PvP. I've experimented with it in duels, in 1vx, whatever. I mean, if you're zerging somebody down, it will probably work. Anything works, right? But it's absolutely horrendous and god-awful. If you want to experience pain, actual physical pain and mental anguish, go to Zerodead and try casting Stone Giant. Or, try using it against even a half-decent player. It just doesn't work. I've tried to make the skill work even in PvE as a DPS, but it's really fucking discouraging to see Crystal Fragment spamming Brain Dead Max Orcs just pull more than you, even though you're putting more effort into it. Even though you're Stam DPS as well and should be pulling higher single target, but can't because Stone Giant are the rocks you put into your pockets so you can just sink to the bottom of the lake to perish into the void. They're not rocks that you throw, they're just weight. For the PvP side of things now that we're touching on that a bit, you may be arguing, but Nefes, I see Stam DKs in PvP all the time. Alright, let me tell you something. Those are players who are still on the Stam DK copium. Maybe it's their main class like me. Or maybe they're just playing it on the side. Who knows? But it is an indisputable fact amongst many PvPers that Stamina Dragonknights are lackluster or bland when you compare them to their Stamina Warden and Stamina Necromancer counterparts. I mean, even raid groups in PvP don't really want Stam DKs. They'd rather have Stamdens. Those two DLC classes, Stamcrow, Stamden, are actually pay to win compared to Stamina Dragonknights. Now some idiot in the YouTube comments is going to be like, but hey Nefes, you can Dragonknight leap a group of people and get your resources back from casting an ultimate, oh my god. Okay, you degenerate. Dragonknight leap has been broken for how long now? You honestly cannot tell me Dragonknight leap, the Dragon leap has not been broken. Anyone who's played Stam DK in the past like 5 patches knows it's broken. You can't leap on the stairs, you can't leap on the battlements, you can't leap under an arch, you can't leap on uneven terrain, you can't even leap on even ground against somebody. It doesn't go off a lot of times. And you want to leap like 5 people at the same time, that's cool, dude. But the chances of you killing anyone decent with a leap, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Learning leaping groups is fun, but gets boring really fast. Alright? Even ganking people from stealth gets boring a lot slower than playing Stam DK. Playing Stam DK is like turning yourself into the police for 25 years because you litter on the sidewalk. Also getting your resources back from casting an ultimate? Are you fucking kidding me, guys? That's because Dragonknight sustain is so dog water. You have to realize this. Necromancers and Wardens, or in Stampars, they don't need that ultimate granting resources passive because you know why? Their sustain is great all the time. You want to tank dozens of people? Be a Necromancer. You want to cast an ultimate that gets you out of trouble for longer than Magma Shell? Be a Necromancer. You want more stackable damage mitigation? Be a Stamcrow. You want sustain? Be a Stamden. Or Stamcrow. It doesn't matter. You want more burst damage? Be a Stamden. You want a better burst heal? Be a Stamden. You want to purge? Be a Stamplar. Or anything of a Stam DK. You want to have higher mobility? Be a Stam Sork. Someone told me recently that DKs can purge too with efficient purge, or that they still have good passives, and are you fucking kidding me? Okay. Look at this shit as a comparison. Let's say you're a Stamina Warden, alright? Let's say you slot Shocks or Bull Niche for that 5 second interval purges or cleanse, whatever you call it, and Stam sustain over time or whatever. Just slotting one skill, Stamdens get these passives. You get healed anytime you recast or let that Bull Niche go, which by the way, cleanses every time you recast it. You generate 4 ultimate every 8 seconds. You get 12% Magicka and Stamina recovery with any animal companion ability on 1 bar. So in this case, it'd be like Shocks on your 200 bar, Netch on the back bar. Then you can get a damage modifier for every animal companion ability slotted. Alright, that's usually 2 with the wings and also the Shocks. Let's look at a random passive skill line from Necromancers. Necromancers get sustained anytime someone dies near you. They get a dot mitigation passive, that by the way stacks with other modifiers. They get healing received. They get max health. Let's look at a random Dragonknight passive line here. Block mitigation, by the way. Stamcrow gets Spirit Guardian and other defensive modifiers very easily. Alright. Healing received. Big fucking deal. Health recovery. Oh, jeez, Rick. Oh, gee whiz. Thanks for fucking me with Battle Spirit. Some physical and spell resistance. Oh, come on. Really? Like, gods, even the most recent corrosive armor change buffed Magicka Dragonknight. And that ultimate's poison-based damage. Are you kidding me? Come on. Stam DK is like literally the most irrelevant class in this game. But yeah, worst class in ESO by far. And some of you may be new to ESO and you still want to play a Stam DK, and that's That's perfectly okay. But I've played this game for over 7 years now, and StamDK was good for I'll be very generous, maybe 1.5 out of those 7 years. So the chances of things changing drastically and for the better for StamDK is pretty low. So I would just sort of think of a side long-term investment, like a Stamina Source, or you know, Stamina Templar, or even a Stamina Nightblade, which has better burst damage, by the way, than the StamDK. There's another thing, there you go. Or even something that's Magicka based for PvE or PvP in game. But yeah, I mean, absolutely god-awful class. I don't know, man. But yeah, thanks for Nefes and chilling. I'll see you guys next time on my Sam and the Warden.